Hi everybody, it's Nikki, and I'm here to do a quick video on glucagon mini doses. And this is not medical advice. And this is not medical advice because I'm experimenting with stuff. I'm gathering what's working for me in my body, in my condition, in my whatever. And I understand that diabetes doesn't work that way. I can't just pass you my own stuff and have it work that way for you. So I was sharing what I've learned because I'm really excited about it, and I did hope to present numbers in a video, but I was getting hung up on that. So I figured, the conclusion is really important, and I can do that video because I'd like to, because it discusses a lot of stuff. But for right now, I can present a conclusion. My last few videos have been about glucagon mini doses, and the reason I'm interested in them is because the idea that they can help you raise your blood sugar in smaller increments, not an emergency dose. They can help you raise your blood sugar. It's another way to manage a low without having to eat carbs, right? And so clearly this is not a diet thing. Not quite concerned on that level that I'm willing to do injections to avoid calories. But it's very, very, very difficult for me at any time of day or night to have to go and eat something, whether or not I want to, because of my blood sugar. And not to mention how helpful it is when I am too sick to eat something, which happened not long ago, following a 50-mile bike ride, and I'd gotten very, very sick. And so I mixed up a 20-unit glucagon shot, and it got me through, a couple of hours until I was better to eat on my own again. So it really had some interesting potential, but the cost was too great, and it just wasn't worth it. So then I heard, the expiration. I'd set out to try it. I went with 7 kits. I think it was 7 kits, and I will do the video. 7 kits, 70-something tests or something like that. And in general, what I was finding was that it did appear that glucagon was good past that 24 to 48 hour thing, that mark. And the last kit I used it 19 days past mixing it. So not just 24 or 48 hours, but like significantly, longer than that period. So it was really interesting. And there was something else that was incredibly interesting, but I wasn't so sure about whether or not this was real or if it was something I was making happen. And that was that I was finding that with the glucagon mini doses, that with the symptoms of a low, that not sometimes, but often, it felt like my symptoms were alleviated way faster than they would have been with Skittles or, definitely something like a yogurt or whatever slow stuff. But even things that I feel like a low is a low, and sometimes they're just taxing. And yet here was this experience I was having with the glucagon mini doses, where I felt like I could feel all that setting in, and then like a fog, I could feel it lifting again, and fast, let's say 5 to 7 minutes or something like that. And I definitely made note of it, but I was afraid to really communicate any of it because I'm thinking maybe I'm doing something different that's letting me see that, a facade, because that's, anyway. So then I did a virtual diabetes camp last weekend. Thank you, Ragnar, again. And I got to listen in on the glucagon mini dose session. And one of the very first things she said, first of all, she talked about the expiration, and that is why I would like to share this now. But she also talked about those symptoms. And so having been confirmed that I wasn't seeing stuff because I was making it happen, or that I'm crazy, but that this is what other people who I have never met, these are the things that they're offering, and they're offering it right up. Like, I'm not digging at it. I didn't even ask the question. She was bringing this stuff up. So I did want to do the video, and I do still want to do the other one. I said that 12 times. About the expiration. From what I understood, and again, this isn't advice, but from what I understood, even though this stuff is not considered shelf stable, and this is not the Gvoke, the Gvoke is shelf stable, that's a brand new one, but the old Lilly kits and everything else, even though it's not shelf stable, that expiration date isn't as hard as what I've always understood it to be. And from what I heard her saying, and another, a few people there, is that they often mix up their kit, pre-fill their syringes, and let their syringes sit, and they let them sit for a couple weeks, couple months, whatever. The only thing I do not have firsthand experience with that, but what they said is that what they see when it's pre-mixed in a syringe is that sometimes it crystallizes. So they would not use anything that was crystallizing. I didn't even think to pre-fill syringes. Like I just keep my, I keep my mixed vial with some new syringes. And the way I've been working it is I've just been drawing up whatever I need for that certain situation. And as I said, I did it 19 days past, but now I think I'm about ready. I'm thinking I'm ready to maybe mix up a kit, set it to the side, and mark the calendar. And in 2 months or 3 months, go back and give it a try and see whether or not it's any good. Because now I'm starting to think that it really might be just fine. And again, this isn't just because I heard this. This is because it's what I was gravitating towards anyway, and then there was some confirmation. Enough definitely for a new experiment. So that was that. And then also as far as the old kits, the 1 year expiration, I know this is more common understanding or common knowledge that those do not need to be thrown away at a year. But I will say my oldest kit was a 2017. I now have in my possession, a couple of 2014s, a 2011. That's my middle son's birth year, so that's might kill me. Anyway, so now I'm excited about messing around with those and seeing whether or not those kits continue to be as strong as my 2017 one, which was a rock star. So Glucagon expiration, the way I would like to leave that is might not be what it appears to be, which is true for so many different types of expirations. So it shouldn't be surprising, including insulin. Including all kinds of medicine and all kinds of food and everything else. So it seems to fall in line with that kind of more standard general blanket, blah, blah, whatever. The symptoms, I'm 7.5%, the symptoms. And I really look forward to testing out glucagon mini doses at different blood sugar, at different levels of hypoglycemia. I can say when I feel like I'm going down fast, and I can kind of feel that draining feeling, but not necessarily a low yet, the glucagon seems to zap it. When I am down to, 60s, 50s, 40s, whatever it might be, as long as my symptoms, I had one time where I was starting to get the lights, mine are black. Some people call theirs white, but I was starting to do this, and I hate it when that happens. I absolutely hate it when that happens, and I have learned to close my eyes through it to kind of shut out all that incoming whatever. But I had done my glucagon mini dose. I had no reason to expect that was going to help that symptom. Like once that sets in, it's just in, and within like 4 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it was, the lights were gone. And I just, I marked it like that's interesting, but I still didn't think. And then it was after a number of observations where I noticed that here it is, and there it's gone. And like, and I'm back on my feet, I'm back thinking clearly and everything else. So for me, because I'm, not that any of us like our low symptoms, but that alone is worth another couple of experiments to see. And I am curious because I do have a couple of symptoms that I dislike wholeheartedly. And they are ones that stick around forever, and they have to do with my throat and the taste of burnt onions, whatever. But once that, and numbness, like where everything is numb, and once that sets in, it can be an hour. Like a full hour after my blood sugar is back to normal, that I continue to feel that, and it does prevent me from being able to eat anything when I'm at my lowest. So I would like, so I got some diabetes stuff to try to motivate me to figure it out. Anyway, that's the glucagon stuff. Is really, really exciting. And I was going to say something else, and now I can't remember what it is. But that's it for today. I'm going to go out and take a walk. I'm going to come back and start doing another write-up. And I really do look forward to, I have purchased kits a few different ways. I am not paying anywhere near the regular amount for them. So I'm feeling like, okay, this is cool. And there was everything from 2011, I think is my oldest, to something that expires next year. And I look forward to doing the notes and then presenting them when my life is back together again and organized. But now I'm going to walk. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.